All right, guys, if you've been paying attention to the Pokemon news lately, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, you should know that there is a potential chance for a reprint of 5 sets to be coming out sometime in the near future. We're talking about Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames, Twilight Masquerade, Surging Sparks, and Paldean Fates. All right, so what does that mean for everybody? And so first off, let's talk about money wise. Let's talk about what are you going to expect in terms of the cost of the boxes. Are they going to go down? Are they going to like obviously they're going to go down. All right. If you look on the TCG player, I'm not going to bring it up. You guys can look it up yourself. If you look up TCG player, you'll see that some boxes have already dropped at even the slightest hint of there being a reprint, and then kind of leveled off because it's like there is the distributors. Everyone's saying distributors are gonna reprint this stuff or have stuff to reprint and everything, but that's it. There's no 100% guarantee, but it's just the top alone had those certain sets dip a little bit. All right, what does it mean if it actually does come through? All right. Are we expecting everything to drop back down to MSRP or SRP, you know, when boxes are like 120, 130? No, it's not going to happen. You are looking at the most, maybe a 10 to 20% drop. You might see the boxes that are hitting in the upper 200s, hitting the low 200s. Here, I think last time I've seen Obsidian Flames, it's in the upper 100s. That's the last time I checked. It might drop back down, like I said, 10 or 20%. But that's all you're going to expect from this. Anyone who's expecting that this reprint is going to drastically drop these cards down, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. It's not going to happen. What this also means is not a lot for a lot of people out there. And I'm going to say this because if the reprint comes out, I promise you, there's going to be a lot of people hoarding this stuff. You're going to have scalpers again. You're going to have these people who are going to invest long term, grab these up and sit on them. There's going to probably be a bunch of stores that are going to grab up this product and sit on them. Thankfully, one of my distributors down below, or I'll put it right here, they're very honest with their stuff. They make sure that even when they get small allocations, they make sure they get the stuff out. I've gotten allocations even when they were only given like 10% of what they were promised, which is happening with Prismatic Evolutions. It's horrible. I have put so much orders in for Prismatic Evolutions with different distributors, and I probably got maybe 5% or 10% of that. And this is from my personal opening, or some of my friends want some of the stuff that I kind of open it on videos for them, you know, content, right? So beyond that, the only way that these sets will drop, and I mean 50% drop or more, right? Back down to earth, back down to the good old days, you know, anywhere between 100 to 150 or somewhere on there, is if Pokemon does the Bandai treatment. Now, what's the Bandai treatment? The Bandai treatment, if you look at One Piece in, I want to say mid 2024, somewhere around there, they printed a lot of the sets to oblivion. I mean, they printed them to the ground. They promised that they would keep on printing them as needed, right? I had boxes that were $300, $400 drop all the way down to $150. And they are just now slightly growing, but they took the biggest hit. And that was because Bandai promised they're going to print these cards as needed. As long as people want them, they're going to print them. It's going to keep on going. And we were talking about sets a couple years back. I don't think they talked about the first set, but after the first 2 sets or something like that, they were planning on printing those out. But unless Pokemon goes that route, these sets are not going to drop down to what you would hope, what you would dream. All right. Now, this reprint coming around, we gotta look at the release date of these sets. All right, Twilight Masquerade and Paldean Evolved, I believe, and Paldean Fates are 2024 sets. So that means we're on their first year. We're coming up on the first year for these sets. And you know what? Let me take a look. So obviously Surging Sparks came out recently, all right? And then Twilight Masquerade, Paldea Evolved came out last year, beginning to mid last year, all right? We're coming up on 1 year, which means you still have another year left of them to possibly reprint these again. Usually the 2-year mark is when it's like, oh, no more. They're not going to reprint them anymore. Or if you do, or maybe it's not even a reprint, it's more like, oh, we found stock in the warehouse, let's get it out there. And that happens. But normally, the 2-year mark is the time when you stop really seeing the product being put out in collection boxes or in, you know, what have you. There have been a couple exceptions. I want to say Silver Tempest might have been an exception. I don't remember the exact date, but I do remember last year they had a huge horde of stuff coming out. I think the same thing with Lost Origin. I believe they got a reprint. I think. But these card sets are 2024, so even with this reprint coming, you're probably going to expect another reprint sometime again because they're only 1 year in. Obsidian Flames, right? Yeah. 2023 came out, I want to say beginning of the second half of the year. It's nothing special. It's just an over-glorified Charizard set that really bombed because I think that was the point when people got tired of Charizard. And that set literally shoved Charizard down your throat. But it's coming up 2023. I mean, it's coming up 2 years since it's released 2023, or we're getting close. And that's the set that, like I said, you're gonna have to be worried that maybe they're not gonna reprint this set anymore because we're hitting the 2-year mark. And beyond that, that's kind of all the things to really talk about, to really go over with this reprint. You expect 4 of these sets to still have a possible reprint in the future. Surging Sparks, definitely. It's one of the newest. It is the newest booster set besides Prismatic Evolutions, which I don't even think exists right now because you can't find it anywhere. All right. Don't expect much of a drop on the prices unless they, like I said, they give it the Bandai treatment, and pray that you have a good supplier, because chances are whoever can get their hands on this on this reprint is probably gonna grab them, probably gonna sit on them, and probably gonna wait for everything to go up in price. And I do that over here. I sit on them. I don't consider myself a scalper or anything because I actually enjoy putting this up. I wish I had a bigger room because I would just decorate, just have all this stuff all over the place. I don't want them in cardboard boxes. Each one of them has an acrylic case. So yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to get that out there. That's all I wanted to say. I didn't want to go into like full-blown investment stuff. I'm just letting you know what to expect with this. It's just a quick video. You guys take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Prismatic Evolutions booster bundles come out tomorrow, and I think the 2-pack blisters. And I'm praying that my allocation for the booster bundles have come in, so I'll be able to open something for Prismatic Evolutions, because the 2-packs didn't come through. It's been cut that much over here, and I'm praying for the booster bundles. All right, you guys take care. I'm out.